Sing Talk. This is Sing Talk Radio.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sing Talk Radio. I'm Dave Stroud, voice coach here in LA and reluctant CEO of Vocalize You. To my left here is my beautiful wife and co-host, Shannon.
You got it right the first time.
Freudian slip.
And our good buddy, Joe.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Welcome. And we have two wonderful guests today, two of my favorite dynamic personalities. Just sort of start there.
Dynamic.
We have
Dynamic. I love
dynamic.
that word.
Jess Collins.
Hello.
And Storm Gardner / Lee, whichever thing you can find him on.
Yeah.
And
All of the above.
all of the above.
He's married himself.
Two of the most prominent and hardest working session workers or session singers, session background singers, touring musicians, or whatever we're going to wrap this all up in.
Good-looking
Style
people.
icons.
Style icons in
Style
LA.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome. Thank you for
Thank
being here,
you.
you two.
Thank you, guys.
Good to be here.
Yeah. So
Glad you guys are drunk.
Yeah.
Because
Drunk on the moonshine.
these two both have been quite busy the last little bit. Jess actually probably hasn't slept yet.
Yeah. I haven't slept in about 3 months.
Oh, wow.
If
So-
any,
you can get a nap
This
in
should be
now.
fun.
if any of you watched American Idol last night, Jess was front and center.
Well, side and back a little bit.
Side back.
Side and back, but
Side and back is
Side
the new
back.
front
looking
center,
fresh.
But front and center for a couple seconds.
which
Yeah.
we pause, by the way,
Oh, you did?
when we watch. Yeah.
Did you take a screenshot like most people do? Like
And
they'll
then post
pause
it
their
on
it to
TV
you?
right when I'm like, and I have 5 chins, and then take a screenshot and then post it online.
Yeah.
Loved seeing you last night.
I'll delete it.
Actually, what we do is pause it, and then we leave the whole thing up that way, and we go, you were on the whole time.
Right.
Makes
Just
it
saw
fun.
We
you.
just listen to the audio.
Thanks.
Yeah. And Storm, also one of the busy session singers. Storm, let's start with you for a sec. Let's start
Let's.
in on you
Let's
for a
do.
sec.
Let's.
Well, Storm is you guys have all heard Storm's voice. You may not know the name yet, but Storm is, you've heard him on many soundtracks, movie soundtracks, and you probably heard his voice on Glee while someone else took all the credit. Do you want to?
I didn't say that.
I did,
I know. Well,
and I can.
you can.
So
Allegedly.
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 Yes. Storm, tell us about you.
About me as a singer?
Yeah.
Or just stuff?
Well, I don't want to know the rest.
No.
I do,
Well,
but not here.
You do,
all
believe
kinda-
you me.
It all kind of ties
So
in.
good.
Well, that might be true.
Well,
You were born in a small town.
I was born
You were born.
in Edinburgh, Scotland,
Yeah.
and
So you're Irish.
yes, fuck
he's Irish.
you.
Remember
IRL.
that?
Never
Remember that?
ever say that again. Easiest way to piss off a Scottish
A
person.
Scotsman.
Yep.
Well, don't say that in English. That's even worse. But anyway, I was lucky. You know, I just thought about this the other day. I was really lucky because my parents were pretty much gone all the time. And I had no one telling me what to do. So I would just listen to music. And I had no rules. You know, I did no music school. No, I just found music and
No
my voice.
parenting.
No, none.
No love from the parents. Just
Well, that's a whole other show, but technically no. So, but in
Why
that,
do you think he's a singer?
listen, I know a lot of people who got a lot of love who are not very good singers and who didn't
they have
manage to
nothing
find their
to show
voice.
for it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I spent a lot of time being annoyed at my childhood, and lately I've started really loving it because it was super free, and I was able to really love music without being told, don't listen to that, don't listen to this, don't listen. If you listen to that, it means you're this or that.
I don't think
But
I've ever noticed your accent before until now.
It's only when I'm speaking publicly that I turn it on.
I like
Turn
it.
it on.
Turn it on.
But anyway, I prefer you ask stuff because I really hate talking about myself, actually.
Okay, I'm actually going to compare you two because you're saying that you grew up with no parenting and no support, no.
So lucky. No, I had support. I'm saying my dad worked a full-time job. My mom left when I was 4. So my dad raised 2 boys on his own with a full-time job,
Which gave
which
you
basically means I was on my own.
right.
So he supported me, but not in the way that I've learned, especially when you come to America and you see how everyone is super supported all the time.
Overly supported.
Yeah, everything they do needs to somehow protect them from being hurt or, oh, it's okay. I didn't have that. So I
We're
was
giving
supported.
everyone an award today, by the way, for being here.
Isn't this the plot to Billy Elliot?
Yeah. Working on that. currently.
Storm is Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to tell you,
Sorry.
Joe.
Yeah.
We didn't want you to Google
Based
it.
on a true story.
Yes.
Well, on the flip side, my favorite part of Jess is her parents. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. That's
Oh,
great.
wow.
Yeah. No,
They'll,
you're okay,
they'll love
too.
seeing this.
Well, it's true.
That's
Jess's-
everyone's favorite part of
yeah.
me.
Jess's
is my parents.
Have you know Jess's
Yeah,
parents?
well, I've met them briefly once.
Yeah.
Really? Just once?
couple.
No,
times.
a few times.
You've met them a few
Sorry,
times,
not
yeah.
briefly, yeah.
Jess's parents are like
The jam.
if they would adopt me, that would be the greatest thing ever.
I think they believe that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might be true.
Yeah.
Like a Cabbage
Like
Patch
they've
Kid.
drawn up
Like
papers.
they've signed your butt with a pen.
Right.
Which is legal.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Allegedly.
having the freedom to
Allegedly.
grow your voice and also having what you've had is, you guys are two of the greatest singers I've ever worked with. So clearly, Joe,
He
you're in
hasn't
there.
I thought that was
Pleasure
you.
of
I
working
was
with
like,
you.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
we
that
are
was
two of the
Joe.
greatest singers he's ever heard.
What makes a great singer? I'm really curious because, I hear that a lot, and no, I don't. I'm saying, no, I'm curious. When people,
love to know
because
what
I feel
you
like we
think.
need to establish, I'd love to know what your take or what everyone's take is on what is, when you say great singer, now I know you are a teacher of voice. So that's different than just a person going, oh, I like your voice. That's
Right.
one thing.
Oh, that's
Being
true.
a
That's
session
good-
singer, which is a totally different ball game than being a Broadway singer, or it's totally, I want to know what makes a great singer to you.
What makes you two great to me is both of your ability to control your voices so well that you can adapt quickly. So both of you, as I've worked with you, adapt quickly to whatever I give you to keep your voice healthy, all that sort of stuff. But then I watch you guys apply this out and how quickly and how much in control you are of your voice to be able to, and not just your voice, but music and musicality so that you can kick into a harmony that meshes not just, as the pitch and the harmony, but the color and be able to be texturate and seamlessly flow into things that very few singers can do.
Kind of like a chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's not just the strength of your voice. It's not just the range of your. People always put it into, oh, you got so much strength and range.
Uh-huh.
The artistic and the musicality, the layers of that with you too. I mean, that's why you guys
Thank
are.
you.
That's why you guys are first call session workers, because you can do that. Yeah.
I was listening a lot to 6 months ago, Barbara Streisand. And if you listen to her on record, you really see she's a very small voice. Have you ever listened lately? We
Yeah.
think she has this giant, powerful sound, but she's so controlled with her
Yeah.
little.
But amazing range.
Yeah, but
She's also only like this tall,
She is
which is surprising. when
Mini
you see her.
Streisand.
Is she?
Yeah. No, but it's a real masterclass. I mean, when you want to listen to, I think, listening and trying to mimic singers. That's what that's
Totally.
how I,
Yes.
that's my music school.
Yeah,
And I
totally.
still do it, by the way. And it doesn't mean you're going to do it very well, but it means I think singing is listening, actually. If you're a great listener, which I
Yeah.
think you are, and you feel things, if you feel things, I think, and you're really in tune with that, I think
And then apply it.
you'll be able to sing. I mean, there's nothing worse than a singer.
Well, a lot of people
who
can
doesn't
hear,
listen.
though, but a lot of people can hear and not sing or not apply. Listen and then
But
not.
I'm
it
talking
takes
about.
both.
I'm
It
talking
takes
about
both.
so like deeply listening.
Yeah.
So that when I was doing Glee, sometimes we wouldn't even know the material. Well, we would just walk in
Yeah.
with no rehearsal. I don't read music, and everyone else reads music, so they had all their number charts.
Wow.
I'm also moderately dyslexic, so that was fun. But so I'm seeing flying numbers
Moderately.
going around, and I never got worried because I knew just put me in the room with put me next to David Laux, and I'll just sing whatever he's singing.
Right.
I'm just going to
It
lock
just goes
into him.
because you hear it so fast.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I'll just kind of become.
I've done
like a
so many
tuning
sessions
fork.
that way, where I'll just walk in and everybody's got their music and I'm holding the music,
Yeah.
and I just stand next to the people that I know are the best in that, like whatever part if I'm singing soprano, I'll be like, I'm
me
gonna
with-
stand next to this Missy Hale or
Hale.
some, or if I'm singing else, and then I stand next to them and I'm just like, one time through, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like it's just the ear is just so.
I think
fast.
it's listening.
Yeah.
But I think you guys are surrounded by these other session singers so much you don't realize how good you guys are.
You're probably right.
I mean, you're not outside and
And I feel like I'm really good.
Because when I started on Glee, I used to think I was good, and then after a few months on that show, I started
questioning
thinking
yourself.
I'm really not the best singer in this room. And
Well, it's a good place to be.
Right.
And
It's
then
great, though.
it got worse, and 6 years later, I'm going, I can't sing. I can't sing
No,
anymore.
that's.
Well, only because
knowing Storm, I
it
believe
didn't
the
last
story.
long.
I know, I'm like, who
Because
are you?
Storm does this, and then he does this.
Yeah, that's true.
Storm, who are you today? I'm the worst ever.
No,
Storm, who are you
because-
today? I am
but
the best.
I am.
But you know what it is.
You know I'm God,
but
right?
we can speak openly here.
Yes, you can.
I believe you can.
When you reach a certain point in your professional life, whether you're a singer or a comedian,
Yeah.
when you reach that point, a point where you can look back and see a really large body of work that other people seem to love. How do you continue to have a perspective on your own voice? Because you might start thinking, oh, I can't do those Freddie Mercury songs anymore. Everyone else seems to think you can't. Like, do you ever have that? Where you have doubts over your ability?
Well, yeah, definitely. But I just feel like I just sort of sidestep the things that I'm not that good at. And then I work at them
Which is
until I
what?
get really
You're
Yeah,
good at
that's what I
everything.
want to say.
Well, I'd love to hear this, actually. What do you think you're not good
Or
at?
things that other people are better at, maybe.
Like what? You're the best ever,
Oh!
honey.
Trivial Pursuit or
Like,
Right.
I mean,
Cooking.
I've never heard a singer
no, you're still pretty good
have
at that.
so much. Yes, I'm not.
So Jess, at our software launch party we had a few years ago up in Hollywood, she and Daniel and Natasha got up and completely improv.
Right. And I had I had a fever.
She
I
was
had like
sick.
I was so
So
sick.
this was not planned. They just got up, and Daniel sort of like instigated this,
Of course.
calling everybody up, and then he starts beatboxing, and you guys started doing "Killing Me Softly." I believe it
Oh,
was
yeah.
"Killing Me Softly."
Oh yeah.
And
The
within a
Fugees
couple
version?
of minutes, they were not a couple of minutes. Within a couple of seconds, they got their groove and bonded.
That was
Man,
fun.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
But
That's like singing with siblings.
that's like
for me.
family
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
like
Yeah.
that's like
That's like
Yeah,
family.
but
it
still.
takes about 5 seconds and then we
We have that.
yeah
Not that
yeah.
we do it often, but tell the story
the
of
first time
first
that
time-
we really met and fell in love.
yeah,
We went
deeply.
The first
Deeply.
time.
Ever we fell in.
Okay. Anyway.
We went to what was it after something? Oh, because we met at Diane Warren's.
We did. We met at Diane Warren's Real Songs.
And we had both just gone through crazy
Breakups.
Like and I was doing a session in one studio, he was doing a session in the other studio, and I
singing
walked
Diane Warren songs,
Right,
which are
which
known
are, like,
for being
just-
really happy,
So we
Yeah,
were
right.
both, having our own movies play out, in different studios. And I like went to the bathroom or something and walked past, and I was like, "What is happening in there?" And Storm's in there singing, "I want you to cry over me, cry over," and I was like, "What is happening?"
That's right,
He
cry
comes
over
out. We
me.
start talking. We're both crying. We're like, this is
Yeah,
our first time
lot of
ever
tears.
meeting. I'm sitting
Yeah.
in there listening to him cry. I mean, it was so
It was
dramatic,
very difficult.
which is very sort of kind of where we've always lived ever since.
and it was a moment
Not
for
in
me.
the pain, but just in the like
Connection.
Well, when
the
you connect
connection,
with
yeah.
a singer at a point where you're at your most vulnerable, and they're at their most vulnerable, I mean, that's a deep connection.
Yeah.
very deep.
Especially a really good singer.
And then we decided to go to where did we go in Santa
no,
Monica?
then I
The
kind of
Kings?
kidnapped you a little.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, come, I'm gonna just," and then I drove.
He sort of tricked me into something.
from
a white
from
van.
Diane's office to the King's Head pub in Santa Monica.
Yeah, not close.
Yeah,
Like one is in like East
just
Hollywood.
this
Half hour
little
away,
thing.
yeah.
Just this little quick.
And
we'll
then
just grab a
as
drink.
we parked the car in the parking lot.
Well, we went and got drunk.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the parking lot.
Very late, which
Very
means
late.
there was no cars there.
No cars. And so the
and this
acoustics.
beautiful, empty acoustic
And we just
venue.
literally sang to each other.
For how long?
2 hours.
Hours.
Like hours. We went over every genre.
Stevie Wonder was there.
Oh, the Phantom of the Opera,
Opera was there.
Right on.
Evita
The
was
whole
there.
gang was. The whole gang was there. I mean, it
They
was
were actually
just.
there.
Yeah. They were
Which was
actually
surprising, but
because they were drunk too.
Yeah.
they couldn't.
And
find
ever
parking.
since then, we kind of just.
It's a blend too. I think there's a
happens.
similar tone or something. I don't know
What does it sound like?
What, the blend
Yeah.
that we have? Oh, I feel like we're being set up.
This feels like a setup.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
it's
we'll
up to
in a
you.
minute we will.
All right. We have some
Give me
gossip
some more
to get
moonshine.
Yeah,
to. Well,
but anyway,
I don't even remember if there was ever a question, but
I don't either. I do remember that session though. For Diane, that was the huge moment for me personally, because here I was singing with arguably the Mozart of our time, in that her music will survive hundreds of years after we're gone, and still be sung at weddings and funerals. I mean, these songs are extraordinary.
timeless, yeah.
But also, so in a way, it was the high point of my life. It's also my first breakup with my first gay relationship, and I'd never told anyone that. Was never able to be really open about my sexuality in my business, because I was so determined to just be known as a singer first and not be personal with people. So to have this kind of a breakdown at Diane's studio
Right.
was a huge problem for me, because I kept thinking, you can't do this now. You can't do this here. But Diane's response and her deep love for that moment, I remember her saying to me, whoever he is, and I remember her saying, he. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, we all have our own little movies playing as to what other people think we are and who we are, and I'm
Right.
gay or I'm
well,
fat. or
clearly
I'm
she
not.
has a gaydar.
But clearly everybody knew I was gay, but at some point, I felt like I needed to start telling people, including them in my personal life, particularly Diane. And she said, whoever he is, he's not worth it. He's not worth you. And she said some wonderful things.
Yeah.
And then I met Jess. So from that
day,
moment,
yeah.
so professionally, personally, from that moment, I thought, wait a minute, maybe people, I need to start letting people in more.
And then she said to me
Yeah.
about my breakup, whoever he is worth it, and you really messed up.
What did
No.
you do? What did you do wrong?
Oh, you lost him? That's great. One more. Another one bites the dust.
So you.
Yeah.
Because it's
typical.
hard. It's hard to define. One of my problems. I don't know if you've had this or any of us have had this, but especially in Hollywood, when people are very likable and you want to like everyone you meet, it's hard to realize they're not your friends. This is a business. A lot of people in this town
Right.
They're so much fun to be with and hang out with, but it's a business, and people are.
Love you and leave you.
Yeah.
I
So
think-
it's hard to
I
put your
think
friends
probably
in a.
all of us in this room have learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And find out, wait, we're not friends.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, which is so great for me, because
we are actually
we were
all
friends.
friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you guys were at our wedding, and
Yeah.
Jess, I mean,
Family. You've
there
been
was-
to my house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was the greatest Thanksgiving ever, actually. But I mean, Jess has also been there when I hit my lowest points as well. So, and I try and hide that from you because you like to make fun of it, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, that's
That's
where-
what friends are for.
I'm an asshole. I mean,
Wait, can I jump in here as a listener?
Yeah.
I need some clarity
wish
here.
you would, Joe.
Thank you.
Please.
I need some clarity. Storm and Jess do not date each other because they're using you guys are dating each other or not dating each other?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
No,
you're using
but
very.
we're in love.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, look at this is the love story of this couple, which
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
thinking like boyfriend girlfriend love story, and then and then Storm said, and then I'm gay, and I was like, what is going on here?
It
but then
was Jess's first
I'm
time
actually a
finding out.
man.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Jess. There you go. Perfect. Oh, there we go. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was my first time finding out. The storm was coming out to me right now.
And we
how
all know
my
those
parents
Diane
found out.
Warren songs to deal with that.
I think there's something when singing is a vulnerable process. I mean, all of us when we sing, like when you're in the car and nobody's looking and you're singing, there's something that happens. That's why people do it. I mean, there's something.
Dog howl.
Yeah, it's a brain
Transformative.
chemistry that
Blast.
changes. Yeah, your chemistry changes.
And when you're singing with someone, not as a choir, not in a quartet, not as something like that, but two of you in a duet, and I think that's why duets can be so powerful. But two people who really connect and sing together, that's really an extremely bonding process. And it's different. It's hard to explain.
I'm not
Yeah.
denying it. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is like, because as a person who doesn't know Storm personally or doesn't know Jess personally, it was hard in the language to understand what was going on. So I was trying to understand it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Now people who are
I
listening
like
go,
that too.
kinda
I think
like that
everything
when-
today is so labeled. I mean, can't we just be?
We need labels.
Why? Dog food has labels.
I need
Why
to
can't
That's a
No,
very
I
that's
know.
a very singer thing to say.
Well, I'm a singer.
no,
so-
I was making a joke about
Oh, okay.
labels.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry. I just
No,
wanted
it's all good.
I wanted some clarity.
No, and I think
Questionable.
a
Why not?
lot of
Well, those
listeners
classic
probably don't have
couples.
the insight, and that's. I mean, it was really good. So
Yeah.
So
Good
let's.
question.
Yeah.
Joe and I used to write jokes together, and we would cry and look into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if you get a really good,
Well, here's what's funny
Turn.
actually, because I was cleaning out old email, and I found the day I actually met Shannon.
Did
And
you
it's
really?
going to be 10 years in April.
Wow.
oh wow,
Ooh.
Yeah. That's when we fell in love.
yeah.
I don't want to put a label on it. Don't anyone put a
No.
label on it. I don't want any
should.
labels on this.
Don't.
You should
If
have
you-
a
Although if
fucking
we
have
could
an
come up with
anniversary
one.
party.
Actually,
we should have one when we have
The best way to explain it is with me and Shannon, I'm the girl and she's the gay guy. That's why we don't want labels on it.
Except neither of us have fashion
Interesting.
sense.
No. Yeah, that's true.
It's not good.
So like a lesbian.
Storm and I don't have that.
So
much.
wait, so
Sort
Joe
of a
is your
butch.
joke hag.
We don't like labels, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah,
It's more
there
than
should
that.
be a label-free
We're like-
show.
Yeah.
We're
Well-
two spiritual beings without these meat suits, you know?
Yeah.
No meat suits.
No meat
Flying through
suits.
space.
When is our 10-year
Meat
anniversary
suits.
going to be of when we met? Let's have a party. Let's
I
go
don't
to
know. It would have been 2004.
Let's go to the Maldives.
The Maldives.
And hold hands and look into each other's
should.
eyes and sing
Why
Diane
not?
Warren songs.
We should. What about Diane Warren at the Oscars? Can we discuss that with Lady Gaga?
Unbelievable. So amazing. Did you watch?
May or may
They
not
were
have seen
robbed.
Anyone else? Joe? You love Sam Smith, right?
I'm going to tell you something.
You want him.
No, I don't want Sam Smith, but I have and I can't get into it off the air. I will. I have a personal war with this Dustin Lance Black,
it.
Ooh.
Who's that?
the screenwriter,
The Oscar winner
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was like so mad at. Did you see that thing, Storm?
Yeah,
How he was
yeah.
like, and stop texting my boyfriend because he was mad. That,
Fiance.
yeah, fiance. Because
you
because
see that?
Sam Smith
No.
said he was the first openly gay
Oh,
Oscar
right.
winner. And look, Sam Smith.
And then didn't the guy tweet him and set him straight and
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
and then
you
Lance
should do your
Black.
research?
And then Sam Smith
Love
quit Twitter.
He should.
Did he really
He
quit
shut his
Twitter?
whole account down?
Shut it all down
That's
after that.
dramatic.
He was getting in a lot of
Wow.
trouble. Because a lot of other gay
So he
guys
deleted
were
it.
Seems like
coming
he
out.
should have maybe done his research a little bit.
Well, I think so.
But really, hold on
seems
for
like
a
he
second.
should have.
Hold on. You're right. But he was on stage at the Oscars. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's in shock. He thinks Gaga's going to win it, probably. And,
She should have. Sorry,
And yeah,
Sam.
but then also Dustin Lance Black isn't the first openly gay person to win an Oscar either. I have a personal vendetta against him. Sorry.
Yeah. Who, Sam or Dustin?
Dustin Lance Black.
Maybe everybody.
Dustin
Yeah.
Lance Black.
I don't know. Somehow he appointed himself the president of gay people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who would
but
be
that
the president
Diane,
of gay people, by the way?
Neil
Sorry.
Patrick Harris. I made that up. I made that up. I
Does
made that
everyone have three names?
up. Yeah, only
right,
people-
all,
They need
all the
three
gay
names.
people have
The
right.
leaders do.
Storm Lee Gardner.
Yeah. Storm Lee Gardner.
Storm Lee Gardner.
you know what?
Gardner Lee.
I'm nominating Storm Lee Gardner for
Joe, what's-
president of gay people.
I want to be.
I vote.
I accept
would-
the nomination.
I would vote for you.
I accept it. I accept the nomination.
I'll
No,
wait
I want to actually know, and I'm sure this will be interesting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you. Joe.
I love hearing about it.
I would love to know two things from both of you.
Are you
Best-
gay?
Best,
Are you wearing pants?
best session
No.
and worst session?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
And be frank, be honest.
Who's Frank?
Oh gosh. My problem is that I don't remember anything because I shut it all out.
Okay, let's start with best session.
Gosh.
What
I
was
wish
one of the
I'd-
greatest
I know, I wish I'd been able to think about it.
experiences, or you were just honored to be there?
I-
It was an amazing group
you
of
go.
people.
I had one that was pretty great. That was just like kind of I don't know that I would say it was my best session ever, but just like, what? I had done a song for Burlesque that Diane Warren wrote, and I had sung the demo for it. And then Cher, it was for the part that Cher was playing, and so then Cher learned the song off of my demo.
Wow.
And then Cher called and was like,
Can you impersonate her
Yeah,
when you do
what
this?
is
Go.
I mean, no, I'm not good at doing it. You're better at doing it.
No, just ring. Okay.
No. But so it was her person that called. Like, her person called.
Hello, I'm Cher's person.
Right, whatever. And they said, hey,
Wow.
Cher was wondering if you could come into the studio and do this song with her. And I was like, yeah, sure, great. So I show up at the studio, and it's a song that I've already sung.
Where was
and
the studio?
in Calabasas, like random.
I know it.
Total
Is it
random.
up on right by the gas station?
Yeah.
That wee room. What was it called again?
I don't know.
The wee room.
The
Wait
wee
a
room.
minute.
It was a cool room.
Yeah, and so I get there. So I'm there with the guy, whatever, the producer, and then Cher comes in, and it's just me and Cher, and we do
Wow.
like a 3-hour session, just the two of us, singing on the mic together, and the room was like totally
That-
dark, and it's just the
Wow.
mic and me and her, dark, and just have this like total good time. And she was like, "Yeah, I want you to help me kind of figure this out
her
and
through
where,
it.
yeah,
I want you to help
what I
me.
need to
How
do."
does she speak?
Because she wanted to sing it in the.
Joe, do Cher.
Oh my god, and she was amazing.
Okay. And we see if I can. I've never done Cher before, but I think I'll try and do it.
Go.
Hey, Jess, why don't you help me with the song? Oh.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's a little Mae
Cher.
West. You got a little Mae West in there.
Yeah, Mae West.
No, but the
Cher
best
West.
part was she apparently she had to re-sing the song like several times for the scene, and the director was like kind of getting involved with like how she should sing it.
Coaching it.
And the director called during the session and said something, and then they hung up the phone, whatever, and she said, "Yeah, well, as soon as I start telling him how to direct his films, he can tell me how to sing a song." And I
Which
said,
she probably
yes.
could. She probably could. She's probably a great director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she has to
Probably better
direct the makeup onto her face every day, which is pretty
Her
achievement.
skin
G-string.
was like an ice skating rink right after the thing goes over
It was
it.
melting?
Yeah.
Ramboni
The
or whatever they call it.
what is that called? The
Zamboni.
Zamboni. Right after the
Wow.
Zamboni. And it, whatever,
Zamboni.
whatever
Which is also my
Ramboni.
grinder name.
whatever
Should be the name.
acid
Yeah, I was gonna
she
say
gets poured
that
over
should be
her
the name of my
face.
gay show, Zamboni.
Ramboni.
Zamboni and Joe coming at you.
Zamboni and
We're
Joe
doing that
coming
later.
at you live.
It's
After
Zamboni
dark.
Joe Batanzas
Anyway, that was a
for
really
free.
fun one. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know if it was my best
No,
one. It
yeah,
was like
but
so
wow.
fun.
All right,
you
tell us
learn?
worst.
Wait, no, I have more on the Cher thing. I'm gay. So do you guys talk in between
Yeah, what
takes
did you
and
learn
everything?
from
Yeah.
that?
What was she wearing?
And what was
She was
wearing?
dripping in leather.
Of
Was she
course.
really?
Like the
was she really?
softest, like
Yeah.
baby.
Probably lambskin.
yeah,
It was
like
probably from the embryo of an unborn
Right.
cow.
Yeah.
She had it removed
and
in
it was
utero.
all like soft and just, and she had sunglasses on that she never took off.
Oh, she never took them off?
No, and it was very, very dark.
On that note, I
Yeah, put those.
Right.
Oh, there you go, Storm. Yeah, good idea.
This
And
is
so-
killing me over here.
And
Okay.
so, she never took the sunglasses
Yeah, you know
off.
what? See, when you tell me stories like that about Cher wearing sunglasses inside, I think, why do I never?
Right, why-
they should be
why am
glued
I
to
not
my
doing
face.
this?
Yeah. Hold
Well,
on.
That's
if
because you
Cher
guys
can
have
do it.
good. If I put mine on, they're literally like $11 from Target,
These
and
are
they're
like I got
scratched
these in
and
Japan.
horrible.
Hello.
Oh, if I put
All right.
mine on, people think I'm in the mob.
Wait, Joe, remember when yours broke and you like put a rubber strap on the back and it was like sucked to your head?
That's not a good look.
I'm going back. Okay, worst session.
Cher.
Wait, do you have a good one? Because you have your good one while I think about a hideous one.
I mean,
Allegedly.
I've had good ones.
Allegedly.
So you just want like a good.
No, what was a highlight for you? I mean, what was something you got called in on and you were like,
Well,
this
that
is
would have
awesome.
been. I'll tell you, that would have been my work on Rock of Ages with Tom Cruise.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Another gay topic.
Because I mean, I had just done X Factor in England, where I had
Which we do want to talk about here in a minute. For all you
Oh.
1D fans out there.
well, which I had been, which was a super challenging experience to say the least. And then I was eliminated on rock tunes. They had me singing rock songs. So when I came back with my confidence completely gone, I mean, really gone, to be called in to do Rock of Ages with Tom Cruise singing the same fucking songs that I had
Wow.
been kicked off X Factor for doing. I was like, I don't know that I can.
amazing.
I cannot
The
if you
Vengeance
play,
was so good.
you know, if you play, we built this city on rock and roll. Well, I still, if I'm in a market, if it comes on, I get like really freaked out.
Right.
I want to hear that. And that
Don't
was the
build a
first
city
song.
on that. It should be like on
That's
cement and
dangerous.
concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
It's totally
But
unstable.
no, it was I think the thing that I loved about that was that we were able to get all the acapellas from all these classic American rock songs and really go through the vocal and hear all these great rock singers. That was a big deal.
So,
That's so fun.
so in the movie, when we watch the movie, you're the voice. That's you. Of that song, allegedly.
What song?
We built this city. Mhm.
Yeah, I did about 23 songs in that movie. I think there's only 26.
Wow.
And I did a lot of background vocals. I even
Allegedly.
got, believe it
Yeah.
or not, I even got credit in the film. I saw it at Century City, and at the end of the movie, the credits come up, and I saw my name.
Assistant to Mr. Cruz.
Featured background vocals.
Featured.
And I jumped up and I said, "That's me!" And I turned around to an empty theater. No, there was an old lady there, just kind of like,
the
"Is
story
this-"
of Rock of Ages.
you know. And I'm like, but no, it
Might have been the most
meeting him
hyped-
too.
Most hyped movie in the last decade.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
Wait,
It's funny.
I've seen
wait,
parts
hold
of
on,
it.
hold on. I think we glossed over something. So you met Tom Cruise. How
I
was
did.
that?
Well, nothing quite prepares you for that. Has
I've-
anyone else
yeah,
met
yeah,
him?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
met
yeah,
him.
Yep.
We were sitting. So I'm in the vocal booth, and I hear in the control room, "Tom's here. Tom's." Everyone starts. You can see
Shuffling
everybody's
papers,
flustering.
yeah.
Papers are shuffled. Pencils are sharpened.
Right. Right.
People-
and then
People are
and then they
plugging
go,
themselves
"Tom's here.
into
Tom's here.
electrodes.
Step out. Step
Gay men
out.
are sitting
Step
up
out."
straight.
Yeah. So I go out. And I'm in the lounge. Now this was at Chalice Recording, right? You know that room, Chalice, on La Brea. Chalice Recording Studios. You've never recorded in
La Brea
Chalice?
and where?
Down, just down.
I mean, I probably have.
Yeah, down La Brea.
Anyway, so the entrance is such that when a person walks in, they have to go through the lounge to go to the studio. So we were, I say, me, myself, Wendy Wagner, and Amy Keys were sitting in the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
So they were asking us to kind of move away from the door, which I was like, fucking hell no.
No.
We're
And
meeting
also,
Tom
to, and
fucking
also
Cruise.
to like shrink down a little bit.
Wait, why
don't
would
like
they want
that.
you to move away
I
from
don't
the
like
door?
that.
Only because Tom was in his car. Tom's in his, so everything has to be precision organized.
Is
so
he
that,
like OCD or?
No, I just know that his time, I think he's here, and then they want to know he's going to walk right in, go right in, do the thing he needs to do, leave, go back in
No
the
one's
car.
gonna
Don't look him
sneeze
in the
on
eye.
No
him.
one, he can't,
Yeah.
whatever. So that didn't happen on this day. Because I said to the girl, I go, we should start singing a chorus from a song,
He's always got a
three-part
plan.
harmony,
Yeah,
so
it
that
does.
when he walks in, there is no way he's going to just walk past us. He's going to come up to us and be like,
What's that
"You
beautiful
must-
sound?
what's that? Hey.
Hey.
So
you could
we
also
were,
bake a pie like for good smell.
yeah. So we were singing this loop. I can't remember the song. I'll think about it. I think it was White Snake. Here I go again on my own. Yeah. Going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. What's the chorus to that? Oh, that is the
That
chorus.
is the chorus.
Fuck, okay. Anyway, we just kept looping it over and over and over again. And Amy Keys is like, "Storm, I'm fucking done." I'm like, "No, we have to keep going." And then we hear Tom's walking in. I'm like, come on. Stand up. So we stood up and we're acting like, "What's your part? Yeah, you taking the high part? Yeah, I'll take the low." So we're singing, and it sounds fucking incredible. Wendy Wagner, Amy Keys,
Right.
two of the greatest singers
Killing.
in town.
Yeah.
And in walks Tom Cruise with a Yankees hat on, right? Walks right up to us. Now all his little minions
Works like a charm.
are freaking out because they're like, "No, go in the room."
Right.
Why? And behind.
Straying
They're
from the
behind
plan.
him. And he walks up and he's standing there. And he goes, "Wow,
He jumps on a couch.
what a way to enter a room.
Yeah.
Wow." Like that.
Love
and
it.
then he goes, "Hi." I'm Tom. Like that. And his hands were wet.
Really?
Hello.
Hello.
Which I went, and he went, oh, I have wet hand. No, my hand was wet. Sorry, I must have washed my hands.
Blaming it on Tom.
I'm
Sorry.
like right now.
No. Anyway, he
No, my
he said,
hands
I said, oh, I'm sorry, my
were
hands are wet. I wash my hands. And he goes, I love wet hands.
He
said that to
literally
you?
just did a spit take.
Like that.
Tom Cruise said he
Yeah.
loved wet hands. He said that to you.
Like it's not a problem. Don't worry about it.
I love it. I love wet hands.
And then
That's so
they told
accommodating.
him, oh, by the way, Storm's the guy that
Doing
we
Storm's you.
Who's allegedly singing.
and he said, oh,
Allegedly.
you're the guy. You're the guy.
You're the guy.
wet hands guy.
Wet hands guy. Get over here, sing the
And
song.
I said,
The
I
alleged
guess I'm the guy. I
featured-
don't know. Yeah.
What was
no,
it?
I was his. I recorded his demo vocal.
Yeah. You're the featured background vocalist.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to meet that guy.
I heard about you.
No, it was it's just it was interesting. I don't know. He has this famous magnetism that it just
Yeah, it's
kind
true.
of
Does he?
stuns you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Lovely.
stuns you.
It was,
Great.
yeah, totally lovely.
And then you get super defensive if anybody says anything bad about him.
Right, like all of a
After-
sudden
yeah.
he's your
Don't
best
say that.
friend.
Don't say
I
that
know
about
I don't
him.
Tom.
even know Tom.
But I
know
think
him.
what I heard is that he's very friendly, but there's like nothing behind the eyes. It's almost like,
He's super attractive, my friend.
oh no, I
He's so
agree with
hot.
you. I'm just saying like
Joe.
that. Just
So hot.
You don't know
Clearly,
him.
Storm does not care if
I'd
there's
like to
anything
put
behind the
labels
eyes.
on that.
He's
Oh,
like,
no,
he's
there's-
super hot.
There's so much
Yeah.
behind the eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's deep, crazy, whacked out shit that is fine.
yeah.
If you're wrestling in a
That
hotel
is fine.
in Beverly Hills, it's fine. Tell me about your Thetan.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it to me, Tom. Anyway,
That's a
Phaeton
great
that
story.
was
me.
that was a good one. I
I
mean, and
know.
I learned a lot that day because I learned about positioning yourself. I mean, I've
yeah.
always been pretty.
In front of
He's
wet
good at
hands.
that.
I've always been pretty aware of
Yeah.
actively being in my career. Even
Yeah.
when you're working on these big jobs, you have to also be thinking about future work. And
Right.
to imagine that he wouldn't know faces behind the singers really upset me. And I thought, no, he needs to see at least my face so that if I ever run into him,
Yeah.
I
Remember,
can,
I'm wet hand
knows?
guys.
Right.
you know, I don't know. I think you always have to be thinking of that, especially as a working singer.
Well, I mean, that's definitely true. Is you want to leave a mark, so that, I mean, at some point or another, you both worked for Tim and like,
Who's Tim?
Tim Davis?
yeah,
Oh.
and other people, other contractors who you want to make sure they remember who you are. I mean, way back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Well,
back
and
in the
so
day. I'm
much
sure.
of it too is just relationship and having a good time. I mean, if you're not having a good time, for me, if we're not having a good time, there's no point.
Totally.
Sometimes it's just going to be grueling and it's going to be work and that's life and totally. But like, it's if you're not having a good time, it's
So, Jess-
singing. I mean, it's voice. It's,
So shift that into the worst session. And why does that make a bad session?
I mean,
Well,
I
what can
can't.
you- what can you
what's
do to
funny is
avoid
that I
that?
can't. I've had bad sessions, but I can't really think of like the one nightmare where it was like.
I have mine.
But good. But I have like a couple that I can think of, especially early on, where it was like I showed up to a studio to do a song for someone and was like, I'm going to be murdered. Like I'm going, if I don't get shot on the corner
Oh, yeah,
of of the neighborhood of where the studio is, and then you get inside and it's
there's
dirty
dogs
and cats.
Crying babies.
A dog is one thing. A cat, like, well, Diana has a cat
yeah,
in her
cats.
Is
studio.
this the Phil Spector
But-
session?
No, yes. I mean, essentially, yeah. It's like I have been to sessions with people, and then now that I'm a grown person, I think I was like
A baby.
18, 19, just going into some random session at like 9 p.m. at a studio of some man that I had no idea who he was. Like, luckily, nothing crazy ever happened. But it's when I think
far as
back
you
on it now,
remember.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like.
It's a great horror movie premise, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I feel like
Like
there's so many of these
singers
young
should-
girl
Killed in a
singers
studio.
that go and put themselves in these situations, and I don't know. Anyway, tangent.
You're in a
but,
soundproof
but
room.
there have been so many sessions where I'll walk in and it's like a bad session is like if I go into someone's studio and they have a freaking cat like up in their like vocal because I'm very allergic to cats, I immediately lose my voice. So I've literally walked into sessions and then been like, sorry, can't do it.
And the cat knows it. The cat's looking at you, just
the
licking
cat's
its
like-
paw,
Yeah,
like,
just like-
come on in.
That's right.
Yeah.
I told him to call you. Yeah, I mean, and a bad session is somebody also for me, like at this point, I don't know, you probably feel the same way, but like if somebody keeps stopping trying to tell me what to do or trying to I'm like, okay, we just need to have a conversation, and then you got to let me
Do your thing.
right, because I'll totally adjust, but
To keep stopping
to
the flow.
keep stop it, like to stop a flow over and over instead of just like letting the take happen and then go, okay, let's adjust this way. Like you need to know how to direct a singer, and it really bothers me when like a producer doesn't. If there's something very specific that they want, that's great. Let's get it. But you have to know how to direct. And if you keep just
Trying to chop it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken myself off sessions because I'm the wrong singer for the job.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, once. I did. That's a fucking lie. I did it once.
Right.
Because I'm like, can you sing in Spanish? Yeah, sure.
Right.
And then I need to learn Spanish by Friday. But I have taken myself off when it's just not working and they're frustrated at you. And then you get frustrated because, like, hey, I do this for a living and I do know what I'm doing. And if you just can shut the fuck up, finish, also be prepared. Make your song finished. Don't come at me with,
Right.
hey, so what harmony would you
What
put
do you
on?
think? Right.
No.
What do you think the melody should do here?
Yeah, or we just need another few hours. We're going to work on that's fine. I mean, I've done that. And again, also, it's what you said. It depends on the relationship and how fun.
Totally.
And if they're funny and they're cool or whatever.
Yeah, if you have
you're
a
helping
history
them
of
out.
them.
I just thought of my other favorite session.
Yep.
Oh.
It was when I got called to do that Disney film Tangled.
Oh, right on. Right.
I did all the demos as Rapunzel at the Disney Studios, and it was so fun because I've always wanted to like play a Disney character.
That was under Chris
And so I
Montan,
got to,
right?
yeah, with Chris Montan. It was so fun, and those guys were so great. He was there in every session. It was so fun, and I would go in over the course of like a few months.
And that was basically Mandy Moore's. You did all the demos that she then repeated.
Yeah, and then she was cast as
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Did you get to wear the hair?
Oh no.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
I was picturing
But
you
that
with
would
the
have been
hair.
what? Can you imagine me in the session just
This
wrapped
hair's a little
in
hot for
hair?
this. They're like, it's just part of
Just
we
like-
just like to have all the
there's a little-
singers.
We
Where
just like
did-
to have all the singers in.
Where did they
Really
track
in
that, by the way?
character.
At the Disney, the animation building with
Oh, really?
the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
In
that.
She's in a
Burbank.
tower,
Yeah.
honey.
I was in the tower.
Of course.
I don't know why
Tracked it
you're
in the
confused.
tower with the hair. No, it was so fun
you
though because
worked
I got
with
to be
Chris?
so Disney and so like
Have you worked with Chris many times? Or just the one?
just that's the only project that I've worked
Okay.
with him on. But it was for over a few months
Yeah, he's such a genius.
because the music was being written and
I mean, he's responsible for many of the great Disney over the last couple of decades.
I have a question for you. Can I?
Yeah, jump in.
No question. We're done.
I want to know what project you've worked on that you believed in was one of the greatest things you've done, and it never saw the light of day. For some reason, didn't come. No one ever heard. Tell me.
my record.
Wow.
In
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Atlantic Records vault, somewhere deep down in there's an amazing record.
My never finished record.
What happened?
Oh, that's a whole other story in and of itself.
Sound bites. Just give me sound bites.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think of I don't know if there's really...
Or a song that you've. I mean, I remember singing for Josh Groban and Adam Lambert, of all the people. I can't say his name, but I sang maybe 50 fucking smash hit songs. Everyone was trying to get on these two records, his first one, and none of them got cut. And I remember at one point emailing everyone going, hey, I want those demos because I don't think I've sang better than... There was some great songs
Crazy.
that just never get cut
Right.
because of whatever reason, the politics of dancing, makeup, whatever needs to be done. But I always think, where are those songs? What about all our demos?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I guess I have done a lot of songs that I haven't
You play
seen the
them.
light
How
of
many
day.
songs would you
I mean,
claim to
especially
have
for
recorded?
probably Randy and Diane and people
Well,
like
there's
that.
so many great Diane songs that I know haven't been
many.
gotten cut.
Yeah.
I mean, not that
just
she's
in the vault
like...
somewhere.
How
not
many?
that,
how
not
many?
that I feel bad.
How many songs
her
have
career,
you
but-
recorded for Diane? Would you guess?
Probably 50?
50.
I mean,
That's a
I don't
solid
know. I would
amount of
think maybe more. I don't know.
Oh.
We've done a lot of songs together. I mean, we've worked together for
I did maybe
12?
30.
12
Wow.
years. So
Yeah.
maybe I've done more. I'm not good with
I'm
that
sure.
kind of like.
I mean, I was thinking the other day, I spent probably thousands of hours in a recording studio.
Oh yeah,
Thousands,
same.
right?
Yeah.
Thousands. You know?
So
I did a rock opera musical.
rockra?
It was a rock opera produced by Mark Hudson, written by Mark Hudson and Ozzy Osbourne,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
right? And it was the story of Rasputin. Do you know the story of Rasputin? The Russian mystic. You know this guy.
Go on.
Oh, I didn't know.
Disney,
about that.
another Disney Channel production.
You know that. You know the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Rasputin, the Russian Revolution, this mystic guy. It's the most incredible story. Ozzy did a musical.
And Mark was producing.
Mark was producing. Steve Dudas also did a lot of the guitars. These songs. And I sang demos. And they were the best fucking songs. I mean, we're talking like Queen and everything. And Sharon Osbourne just put the kibosh.
Was she really?
And it just never.
Never came to the light of day. And I'm telling you, I still, like, when will that show? I mean, someone has to get those demos.
Right.
I played a transsexual Prince Felix. Popakov, I think his name was.
Papa cough.
So we
Beautiful.
have to start wrapping up here. This has
Speaking of
gone way
Papa
too fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has gone way too fast. We should do this again. We
Yeah.
need to bring you guys back. Wrapping up here, just the last question I'd like to ask both of you real quickly is the younger version of yourself, the 18-year-old version of yourself, the 18-year-old version of yourself. What advice do you have for them now?
Mine, I would just keep going.
What does that mean?
It means you're right. You're absolutely right. You're on the right path. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's all going to be fine. You're going to make it. Because it's all about consistency and showing up, be prepared, be nice, and just keep going. And believe 100% in your vision. Don't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Just you. You know what you need to do.
Everybody has an
Especially at
opinion.
18, you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you'll do it.
That's what I was going to say. I would have told myself, just trust your instincts. Like because all the most well-intentioned people in the world, doesn't mean don't take advice, but like there are things that I look back and I go, oh man, I wish I would have just listened to myself. Because at the end of the day, I really knew like the things that were right for me. And I think you can get caught up in like, you know, especially if you're trying to be an artist, like, well, you should go in this direction or you should go in that. And then I guess it's really about don't try to please other people.
Yeah, just make
Work
music.
well with other people. Be kind to other people. Obviously, relationship is so important. It's the most important thing. But at the end of the day, like, you know what you do and what you bring to the table. And nobody else does that and nobody else can bring that to the table. So do that.
And
you know?
collaborate too.
Yeah.
Collaborate as much as you
Bring
can.
yourself
with
to-
everyone,
Totally.
especially people that are better than you, worse than you.
Right.
You have to keep. It's how a tennis player
Learn
becomes a
from
champion.
people,
They
yeah.
play with anyone. Just
Learn, but be like sure of what you bring.
What your core is.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, there's only one of each of us.
Yeah.
Except for cats. Stay away from cats.
Yeah.
Always stay away from cats.
So where can people find you guys? Social media. Where are you guys? Where can they find you? Either performing or social media.
I mean, my Instagram is kind of the only thing that is up to snuff right now, which is it's just at Jess Collins.
Yeah. I'm storm.life.
At storm.life.
Just storm.life.
Oh, that's what all your
it's my
social
site.
media.
Everything. It's all there.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for being here. I mean,
was
I
super
feel like we need to have a follow-up session here. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the touring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a whole lot of questions I have
is
for
part
you
A.
about that. This is
Part
A.
A. So
yeah.
we'll do part B.
Yeah, we'll do part B.
And we'll have a real moonshine.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
We are going to do that.
We really do need to
yeah,
do that.
We're going to do that. Joe,
Yeah.
thanks for being here today. Tell
Thank
us
you,
where
Joe.
everyone can
Thanks,
find
Joe.
you where.
Twitter at Joe Batance, Instagram at Joe Batance. And I have a podcast. I have two podcasts, actually. There's Catching Up with Mike and Joe. You can get on iTunes. And a new one where I do every year, RuPaul's Drag Race Recap.
Oh.
Where my
When is
friends
that
and I,
starting?
it started last week and it's great already.
Oh.
And we recap that week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll get it right on
I
that
want to
one.
be on that. We should be on that.
You guys should be on that.
I got some words for
They
those
do.
queens.
They do singing competitions every year, so I'm sure you can do it. Talk to Lucien Piani.
Storm
Okay.
would be a place, one of
Yeah.
those secret.
Kelsey Glamour. That's my drag name.
Oh,
Kelsey.
mine is Latina Faye.
Is it really? Kelsey Glamour. Do you like that?
You guys should talk
I
about
came
that.
up with the name
I like
first.
Kelsey
Now I
Glamour.
need to create.
Yeah.
Kelsey Glamour, I like
Her.
You
it.
need to bring her to life.
That's good. That's a good one.
She would look kind of like you, except
Oh.
Uh-oh.
no, a really bad version. I would base.
I think we basically learned Storm goes as Jess at night.
Yeah,
Right,
I think so.
right.
Kelsey Glamour.
All right, we're ending this. I'll
Yes.
see you at home. See you in the
you.
kitchen.
Yes, I'll see you.
Well, tonight's date night. Every Friday night's date night for us. So I'll see you.
fun.
We're gonna meet up somewhere and pretend we don't know each other.
In and out or-
a
Yeah, that's sexy.
That's hot.
Oh, I love that.
All right, everyone. We
that.
will see you again next episode. Thanks to TNS Studios and our producer Brooke, and we will see you next time.
Sing, sing. Talk. This is Sing Talk Radio.
Ooh.